a lot more people would enjoy them, and if you agree, then I'd love it if you could help there. Oh dear. Okay, welcome back to the Let's Play. I'm King Happy, this is the Kingdom, and here is Spawn. Spawn's actually just down there. There's an Enderman there. And this is my arena. A lot of you haven't seen this yet, you may have seen it on the thumbnail, but this is the actual thing. And just before I start today, I want to talk through a couple of things. I changed the slime farm ever so slightly. Where the iron bar was, I just changed it to a gate, and it works perfectly fine. No need to do a piston tool. And as I generally get a bit distracted with my words, and it takes me a good couple of days normally to record one of these, solid basically, so I do kind of lose my train of thought, and there's only so many times I can rewatch the same bit of video to then remember my train of thought. So before I start today, I just want to say that there is another week left of the Minecraft fan server competition, and my base has to be done by then, or done enough to present, and I've got to change this back down to 1.3.2. I'll do it on a backup version of this, so I won't mess up this version, and then I'll sort it out probably on a live stream. And if you don't know about live streamings, then I do mine on Twitch TV. Can't use Google Hangouts and stuff because it's terrible quality, and I haven't got the full partnerships to do the normal YouTube one, which is a shame, but there you go. And what was I going to say? There we are, there I go again. Oh yeah, so probably next weekend, so probably the thing closed on the 8th, so probably the 6th or the 7th or the 5th, so either the Friday or Saturday I want to do it. And I do it Twitch TV, the link is always in the description, it's always on my channel, so if you want to go look at that, then you can when it's out, and I'll probably just have it, well, I'll just load up my backup world on 1.3.2, there'll be lots of things will be broken probably, and the live stream will be me fixing it and taking on suggestions to make it nice for the competition, because things like this place I probably would want to show very briefly, just because it's a impressive thing to build, but on here almost everything is fences. Ah, gosh, Philip. Yeah, it's not fences, it's stair blocks. And there are so many stair blocks in this place, it's ridiculous. If we just go look at the bottom bit, all this is stair blocks. Every single block here, basically, apart from 2 or 3, are all stair blocks. The sides are all stair blocks, and they all use the new go around the corner feature of 1.4, and that will be broken. So things like that I wouldn't bother trying to fix. Can't get back up now. But all the things around the base I'd want to fix. And hopefully my test world video has been out already, and my first one of them that I want to show you guys some things. Some stuff I probably normally add into this, but I thought you might be interested to see on a separate thing. I know some people aren't interested in more the technical side of Minecraft. I am, but there you go. I know some people just like building. So, this is the arena, obviously. I've explained this loads of times, I won't explain it again because I've explained it to death, I think. And I'm going to be doing some work here today, and then get back to you when I've got some progress, because this side is mostly done, I'd say. Although, when I was waiting up there for nighttime to come, this tree over here burnt down. That's why there's a floating pumpkin. Obviously you got fire from this, which is very annoying, so I have to play around with that. I have to move it in here somewhere. Just annoying. It's very tough to test this place, and I need to do some more work over here, but these two sides are almost done, and those two sides are barely done anything at all. And I struggle with creativity when it comes to building random things. I like building geometrically nice things, pleasing to the eye. But these sort of things have to be like broken ruins so that you can do PvP through it. And I'm not that good at that sort of thing. So, I'll be back when I've got some progress, and then I can review it with you. Now I realise I said that I was going to be back when I had that corner done, but I'm going to show you this first. I did this video earlier, and this is a dragon egg duplicator. It's not my design, the design is referenced in the video I did this in. And I was wondering if I should use one of these, because I don't agree in using cheats and things and glitches to take advantage. So I wouldn't use this as a sand duplicator or anything like that, because it's just making the game easier. My mantra is always, if it makes the game easier, then it's wrong and abuse. If it doesn't really make it easy at all, then it's fine. Like in this, eggs are decorative only. They don't give you any advantage having lots of them. So one of these machines is not a bad thing. It's not right, but it's not exactly a terrible sin. So that you just get 3 eggs basically. So I was going to think about building one of them in a secret room where my nether portal is, where that sort of a wall of lava is, where I wanted to have a hidden room there. I thought I'd have one of these in there and a couple of chests with eggs in as like the super safe room. Nothing that practical, but just a bit of fun. And what I really came on here to show you was time set. If I just show you this, because this is in the 1.4 snapshot, this is the one that I don't want to be on at the moment. These pistons obviously don't show light through like I showed you before. You can ignore those lights, that's in the other video. I've been looking at ways, sort of now existing ways that you can have light to go through things. You can use iron bars or glass and things like that. They're the normal ones that still work. And you can also do stairs and things, but not vertically. And the only things I can really find that actually still work in this are having leaves. I quite like the leaf look. I think I'm definitely be using this in the arena. I think it would be quite nice. Other one is the lily pad with the light below it. They still let light through, which is fine. And the other one I could find was trapdoors, which, no, doesn't look too bad, but it's not great. Trying to come up with ways of then repatterning my whole top of my base, as well as the arena. I don't want it all to look the same. I don't want it all having just glowstone lamps, because it's a bit repetitive. But I do like these ones over here. I'm also thinking of, if I have this as the floor level, and if I grab some leaf blocks, there we are. If you had that as a thing, if you look at the light level, you get 10 on top. So you're already 1 away from the source. Yep. So then you normally go down to about 6 light level would be the minimum. So 8, 7, 6 here. You would have mob spawning probably. 7 I'd say is safe. So you'd have to have another 3 blocks this way. So if you had one here, then if you look at the left hand corner, the BL value on the left, 9, 8, 7, and there you are, it only goes down to 7. So I'd say the area between them is safe. So I'm not sure, I could use that design. You could also use the glowstone lamps, although it's a bit more space needed. Even these need more space than, well, these are the same space what I'm using at the moment without needing power. This way you would have to do all the way around. You could use some tricks that I'll show you in the next video, well, that video, if you haven't seen it already. See that sort of thing? It looks a bit, I don't know. You could also use normal glowstone. There we are. Normal glowstone, that wouldn't need any power. But I think that looks a bit better than this one anyway. And they give out a little bit more light than the pumpkins down there, because they're 10 when you get there, so they're 11 sources, whereas these are 13 sources. So glowstone lamps can go further than the pumpkins. Over here, when you've gone through the water in the lily pad, you're only at 8 above here. So that's the pumpkin. So even then, you've gone through the water, so the light doesn't go as far. So here, one space next to it, you're already on 7. This space here is then unsafe, I'll say. And you move in the corner here, you're on 5, so that's definitely unsafe. So you'd have to have a lot of them next to each other to work. Over here, you're on 10. Doesn't affect it at all. So you could do that with glowstone and anything else if you want to do as well. But I do like this one. I think this one's a good design, and I also like this. So, back to the LP, and I'll see you with some more progress. Well, I've been collecting some leaves, and I've been using my silk touches, and I basically got 4 jungle leaves out of about 50 trees, and with shears you get jungle leaves every single time. So fix your game please, you don't get oak leaves from stupid jungle trees. They need to fix that. Anyway, back to doing this. I want to use these for on top of lighting with the glowstone or pumpkin, because they're much nicer colour. That's why I was trying to collect them. I thought it was biome specific when you collected them. That's why I'm not doing them at the arena. Although, I'm going to show you something fun when I go back there in a second. And I'm sure you'll enjoy it, so back when I'm done this. Okay, now I've done it. Sorry for the wait. And I set up some lights here. I'll just show you what this looks like from the distance in a minute, and you can see what it is. I'm going to show you this little trick, and basically, some people have seen this stuff before. It's not my own thing. I'm not going to take credit for it. But you can turn lights on without any redstone and keep them on. Very nice. And that's what I'm doing up here, because I don't want to use normal redstone. I want to use lamps, not the blocks. If that makes any sense to you at all, I'm a bit tired. So, just destroy them and not fall off. And I have to admit, I kind of, when I get going on some of these builds, I sort of didn't keep to my own design brief. I'm a bit bad with that sometimes. It started off becoming nice and geometrically pleasing to the eyes, and I couldn't help but just keep going that way. So they're all lit up now. Yep, just checking. There we are. Go and grab my stuff. Not that I need any of this, because I have to admit I do waste a lot of materials because I have so much. And I'll give you a first look from a distance. So, not much, but I think it looks lovely. It just could be me, but I really liked making that, and I think it looks really nice. I had to change around my block switch, so to move them other place and things. I don't think I'm going to keep that there, although I'm interested to keep some sort of minecart system. So like from corner to corner, there could be like a underground tunnel, which you could get in with a minecart and then shoot to the other side. I think that might be quite cool if you could do it underground. I was toying with it anyway. I don't know. I was considering it. Anyway, this was on the floor. I love the nether brick in here. I did tell someone that I wasn't going to put it in here at all, but I couldn't help it. My original idea for this whole place was to have one side like stone, one side like nether, one side like desert, and another one, some sort of grass one or something. That's the kind of thought I had to begin with, to make them sort of like different corner zones. But it turned out that I could have done that, but then each corner would have been vastly different, as in size wise and cover wise and everything else. I think this bit over here has worked out quite nicely. I'm glad the person helped me build this on the live stream, just for the idea really, and it sort of got me going with it. So I've moved the block switch, like I said. There's the tunnel going down there. I might move the entrance, I'm not sure. It's quite a nice little place to have it. On here, I love the gold in this texture pack. It's awesome. And this one changes it. So I've got my diamond block in the middle. So that looks quite nice. It's very geometrically pleasing to my eyes. I don't know about you guys. And I put my ceiling in the middle. Even got my lamps on the outside with half bits showing. I think it looks quite nice. And on this side and the other corner, there are ways up. The other corners you can't get up. And I would want to link this to my treatment network system. As you can see, the pathways up there aren't that big, and there's no cover of them. So this should be mob proof up here. See, the snow's melted now because the light's enough to melt it. And if the light's enough to melt it, then it's definitely at the right light level, I'll tell you that. So these trees are meant to be connecting like the ones over there, so I've got this mushroom over here I can go to. I'm not sure if I should connect each corner to the next, like over the middle. I think that might be a bit too much. If you just connect them between each other, I think it might be better. That side there's obviously got not very much at all. Here I obviously need some more covers, some more bunker type things. I was playing with some lava over here. I really like the idea of having these pressure plates to open this and the lava right next to it, and it's quite strange to the eye seeing lava there. It's a bit scary if you're running towards it. And I want to bring the beacon in here. I think I mentioned that before, and I've been doing some tests with the beacon off here, and if I get multiple beacons then I can join them together. And I was going to see if I could do a beacon in the sky, which would look absolutely awesome from far away. So from spawn over there you'll just see this massive arena with the arches coming at the middle and then the big beam of light in the middle of the sky. I think that would look absolutely awesome. And I also want to see if I can get the beacon to work underground and see what the range is, depending on whether you're covering the top or if it's above you. I don't know if it powers you when you're below it. I guess at my base I am just about below it when I'm using it. So yes, that should work. So if I could have one in the sky, I think it would look really good. And the only difference was you'd have to power it up. And I don't know how that affects multiplayers yet. I haven't tried. I would like to try. Anyway, I think I'm going to make a few little bunker things, and then I'm probably going to look at something else the rest of the episode. So, back in a bit. Okay, so I'm back. A little bit later than I expected. I gave another tour to a certain person. That's my second tour in 2 days. I'm sure they'll know who they are when this comes out. And let's put in this little bit here. Not very much different. It's got a lava bit there. Shouldn't have really been using an interpole for that. So, and as he came over, I thought about some things, and we talked about a tiny bit about the record farm and about the spawner for my player sensor. Came up with a couple of ideas, and I wanted to have a little go at recreating just the basic record farm without a spawner, just using the normal hostile mob trap, and just doing it really quickly and simply, and just seeing what comes out of it. So, I'll be back at base. Okay, so I want to turn this into a rudimentary test of a record farm. At the moment the mob spawn is turned off as the redstone's on, which lights the bottom bit up, and I will show you that now if I can do it carefully without dying. There we are, down we go. And as you see, there is a lot of slime chunks around here, so there is some slimes in here, which decrease the efficiency of it. But other than not being in a slime chunk, there's nothing you can do about that for this sort of design, unless you build it above the Y40 value. But obviously this is below that, as we're down in 17 actually on this one. So let's give you a quick show of this if I can get up. If I can get up, because I've got plenty of ender pearls with me. So this is basically 16 spawners, each with 4 times 8 on there, so 32 spaces on each one. Should be, yep, my maths is good, I do a degree in it. So, and then you've got a couple of extra spaces around some places, only some of them. It's actually Ether's design from 1.0. Don't know why he still doesn't use it, it works fine. Nice and compact, and with the quad elevator, which isn't perfect, I have to say. It does kill them sometimes. Sometimes you get them drowning. That's why sometimes when they come up they have arrows in their hand and things like that, just because it's not a perfect design. And the annoying thing is right at the top, to move them from this 2x2 into a 1x1 is quite difficult without having some get stuck. So let's go back up and really hope we don't kill ourselves by coming out of here. And then we'll set up a rudimentary one of this, and I've got to be really careful with this because I made this all out of glass just to be able to see them, which is a very nice thing, but glass has a very low blast resistance, and that doesn't work very well when there's creepers, especially when you're playing chicken with creepers deliberately. So Mine was got the surface. Oh, that works better. Otherwise you have to drop down with an ender pearl and it can get a bit messy. There we are. So, I'm going to replace some of these blocks with brick, because brick has a high blast resistance, and you can still move with the piston. I'm going to put some other bits of obsidian around, just to be careful, and I want to make it so that I have an on and an off mode. So I'm going to play with it. I think at the moment I want to have sort of brick here, here, and here. I'd have spaces here, and then if I push a lever, then these blocks will be pushed upwards, and then I could go collect the drops. I'm guessing that will work fine. I may have it where a block comes down in the corner as well, so that they can't see me. I'm not sure. I'll play with it. And basically, if I move it down, then they can see me and start shooting at me, hopefully killing the creeper at the same time. And if I push it up, then I can go collect the drops. That's the brief theory. But I encased some of the obsidian and we'll give it a go, so I'll be back in a sec when it's set up. Okay, so I've encased an obsidian and I've got this rigged up to some pistons, so if I want to farm them, I'll do that. If I want to try and collect it, I'll do that. But I'd probably have to run there and try and collect it straight away, if I get to them. I haven't tested it at all. Just a little theory to play with. And all I'm going to do now is put in that, and then put a 2 high bit of water in. So just break this. If a creeper comes down now, then it's going to get messy. Although the switch is on, so there shouldn't be any mobs coming. There we are for that. And back that goes. And I just had to move. Whoop, I just had to move the switch for this because it was in the way. So now mobs are on. All this is encased in obsidian. I might as well put a bit more here just for the sake of it. Annoying to mine back up, but that should give some resistance to the glass. If that breaks, then all the mobs get loose. It could get messy, because even when you turn this off with the switch, it just stops new ones from spawning. It still has all the old ones still. And the problem is, in the new snapshot, because of creepers exploding almost instantly when they drop on you, this design can be completely flawed for that, because you may go here, as soon as one comes down it may explode in your face. And also, I don't know if that's changed anything at all of you being in proximity to it, so if you walk backwards and away from them, if they'll just explode straight away, I don't know. And I'm just going to wait for them to come back up. So, I'm going to turn this up and wait for some mobs to appear, and then I'll be back when I got some in there to do some testing. Here they come. I killed all the iron golems. The iron golems actually do have a partial effect on mobs, so that if there's tons of iron golems, then these won't spawn at all. Bit weird, they shouldn't actually fill up the mob cap at all. They're not kind of related directly, it seems, because you have 150 iron golems and some of these will still spawn. But there you go. So I've got a couple of creepers in there now. I need a couple of skeletons in there as well. And this is how it should work, hopefully. The only problem is, obviously, you can get hit. But it's working, I guess. But the test is when one dies, then... Oh, the zombie's got a bit of meat there. There goes one. What I want then, I could either turn the mob system off and wait, and then go up there and kill the rest of them. Or I could have a piston which then lets in light when I want to then kill them all and just leave creepers. What I was interested in doing, if you just had a whole load of creepers, well, a whole load of mobs in there, use a piston to let light in. What? What happened there? Is that new? That shouldn't have happened, should it? Maybe there's something new in the creeper AI. Ooh. Well, that second attempt failed, I guess. Then how do you make a redcraft farm nowadays? Oh dear. Well, That's something to think about. Definitely want something to think about. I'll just turn this off and then come back sometime. Although it's going to wash it away now. What I find it's really annoying with these, I have to have this wire going down, but to get it to work and not get all washed away, I have to half slab everything, and it makes it a pain to get down and fix. And there we are. Let's put it on there. So they should stop spawning now. Should. And I've probably lost some glass up there now, that's why there was water in there. But anyway, it's now a drowning trap. Bit different. But yes, if you've got any ideas, I'd love to hear them on that. That was very strange. One of the skeletons must have set it off. I have to rewatch the footage again sometime and just have a look to see if I could actually notice anything peculiar there. But I'm going to pause now and then think of something else to do. Even though I've been doing a lot of hours in this, it hasn't generated very much footage for you guys, so I'm going to try and find something else I can finish it off with. Back in a bit. That's got a record of Creeper. Justice. I was going to pause a sec anyway. And I want to show you something that a lot of people are surprised about normally when I talk to them on live stream. And that's you can make fire charges, whichever way around this is. There we are. You can make fire charges, the same things that Gar spit up basically. You can make them. It's completely legitimate. And these are the trees I was talking about earlier that I was making, testing out leaves. And I went that way around. So I thought we'd have a little bit of fun here, because these trees, yeah, that works fine. I didn't really want these trees here, so I'm going to see if I can get these to work. And as it's in 1.4, sorry about the F3 there, I just forgot. In the 1.4, fire spreads very fast. So you can understand why, if I'm standing up here and I see one of those trees set alight from down there, there isn't really anything you can do about it. He went far, didn't he? So this is how fast trees burn down now. Oh, here comes a creeper. Yeah, I don't really like this fire on the textures. I'm getting used to it. Where are you coming from? Tracking me. Go away. See, only a couple of seconds and most of it's already burnt down. And take a slightly bit longer on the vines because they have to burn down the vines before they can burn down the wood. As you see, that side one's going down really quickly before the other ones. So yeah, I thought I'd show you that. It amused me, so I thought you might enjoy it. I would be tempted though to set the whole forest over there on fire. Although this should be far enough away from that not to set it off. Although I don't know the exact distance you need to have something away from it to not be set on fire. Because fire now jumps, and as you probably saw in the arena at some point, fire seems to jump around 5 blocks or so. Which is quite a lot really when you're building things close together. So yeah, these are going to finish burning down. I just found that quite fun. I still need to make the massive pumpkin pie farm. I still haven't even made a pumpkin pie, I don't think, on this snapshot. Well, not on this world anyway. So, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I had a little thought of this, and I was thinking about what I was doing on my Deception Survival one. And for that one, they could not see me a direct line of sight. Which made me thought, am I just doing this wrong? Am I doing it the wrong way up? Am I going to be doing it so that only the bottom bit's available? So I thought, we'll give it a go. Might as well. And in that case, I did it from below. So I'm going to have to move some of these blocks down there. Like so, and I'm going to have to stand here. And I'll probably have to remove these pistons and put a block there. So let's do that now. So that would be the theory. If they come there, then that's how we did it before. But in that case, I had to run back and forth. So we will do a running back and forth job here, if I can make it safe. I think that will be enough space. One would hope. That should be okay. And again, I've got to wait for them to spawn, so I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I've accumulated some mobs, and I've been desperately trying to sleep, because I think my spawn is still set at the arena. But we'll give this a go anyway. Hopefully if it explodes, then that's it. And before, when the water was coming down, I thought the glass was broken. It was just that the sign was removed, so that was an easy fix. So if it does explode, it should be okay still. Can you see me? Should I need to remove this block? Can I... Yeah, they're definitely much faster than they used to be. Definitely much faster than they used to be. Because before you used to be able to run back and forth rather easily. Maybe I'll grab some potions of swiftness and we'll see if that makes any difference at all. Yeah, I'm going to grab some swiftness and we'll try that. And I was reviewing footage as I was waiting for the mobs, and it should be enough for a okay size video. Let's go for normal swiftness. And I did want to just finish off on creative on my test world, just to see if having beacons underneath works, and then if you have the beacon above you, if it powers you still when you're below it. So let's try this. Yeah, they're really sensitive now. Go on, explode. Explode, you're in the water. They're really sensitive now. Blow up! Okay, you're gonna kill me now. Don't want them there. Gonna block some me. Okay, so... Don't kill me. Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to try those testing and then I'm going to end it there. So I'll be back onto the test world. Okay, change of plan. I can't help but play with things when I get them going like this. And I remembered on my other one I had the block, I had it so that I was half a block lower than one below, and then I had half block on top like that. So, they can't see me there. Okay, didn't mean that. Did not mean that one. So I put that back. And then stop shooting me. And remove this. Then they didn't explode. See, it's not safe, but they're firing, so in theory they should get hurt. And what I think I'll do actually, as an idea, to try and make them easier to kill, less likely to explode, if I have a poison potion around here somewhere, poison 2, we'll take one of both and we'll throw these at them. So hopefully if you get the creepers down to low life, then just be killed easier. Now, these splash potions are awful for hitting yourself. That looks okay. So wait for the potion to finish. That was the 16-second one. That probably bring down to a couple of hits, one hit maybe. So that's ended. I didn't want the poison to kill them rather than me, although it shouldn't stack. No records yet. Oh, there goes one. There goes a record. Well, there you are. I'm going to call that a working, very precarious record farm. See, I say with splash potions, they're really bad. The radius on them is huge, and I only got 8 seconds of that, or 9 seconds of that. That was 1 minute 30 splash potion. So some of them have got it. Don't think many do. So yeah, it kind of works. I wouldn't put it anywhere near the safe zone or anything. You could set up a minecart and things, which you could, but if a bat comes down there, then it can mess it up. Like I said before, bats are horrendous. I really hope they remove them. I wish there was some way of stopping them spawning. But have I got only one CD still? One disc? I think I'll play with these a couple of times and see if I can get some... Oh, there's another one. And then I'll see you and I'll finish on the test world as planned. So, back in a bit. Not this world yet. Before it blew up again, I managed to get a number of discs. So I've got all these ones from today. Rather good. Shows that it works, although if it wasn't covered in obsidian, it would have destroyed everything. Glad I did that. All I did was hook up a dispenser with some poison potions in to do it a bit quicker. And I think next time I will have it so that I can change this from a normal hostile mob spawner to a creeper only one. So basically I have a piston at the top that I can activate to let light in or not. So I have probably a T flip-flop up there, or just a normal piston letting in normal light, just so that everything in there would burn, apart from the creepers, which would then live. So then I could just sit there and get my looting sword and hit the creepers to death. But at the moment, I think that's okay, so on to the test world, finally. Okay, so what I've done is put this beacon on a platform, and we're going to test if we can go above or below it. So if we just pick something like speed and put it on diamond, then pick that, then we've got the 8 seconds of speed, so the material of this doesn't actually affect how long you get on it, it would seem. I think that depending on what material you use here and what material you sacrifice, I'm not sure it's dependent on the distance, but I think it may be on the sacrifice you use. It would depend how far away you can get and still get the potion effect. Anyway, here we're going to show that beneath. So if I'm down on ground and that's on top of the base, wait for the seconds to go down. Okay, from here, that could be the radius though, as the one seems to have a lot smaller radius. There you are. That was proved. If you're below it, it will work. If you're above it, obviously it does work. But I found that if you cover it up, then after a few seconds it stops working. And we'll wait for this effect to wear out. And there we are, it's deactivated. And if you do that again, then it reactivates and you get the same effect back. So that could be a really good thing for a lot of maps coming up. It would be very useful. Same sort of thing as command blocks, but in a different way of using it. Especially in adventure maps, you can have a part where you'd have a piston here, and once they've completed something, this will be charged up, and then you'll retract the piston and then activate the beacon, and then you'll get the effect of it. So that could be hidden in a roof somewhere with a piece of glass over it, and then move it back. And then someone else could be in a room down here somewhere, completely unknown, and just get the effect on them. Could be really good for a lot of mini games coming up, so the bonus rounds and things, you'll get the strength bonus or the speed bonus, especially the jump bonus would be really good. The resistance and the haste, the resistance and the jumping and the speed and the fighting would be really good for mini games and things. I think that would be a really cool thing to see in the future. So that's what I'm going to show you for this video. I think that's enough. It turns out that it's quite longer than I thought. So I hope you enjoyed, and love to see your support, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you're happy, and I'll see you next time.